Candidates in Malaysia's Johor state making their final pitches to voters with a two-week campaign ending at midnight local time. Party heavyweights including Pakatan Harapan chairman and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, Barisan Nasional chair Ahmad Zahid Hamidi and PAS chief Abdul Hadi Awang on the ground to persuade the as-yet-undecided to cast a ballot their way. More than 2.7 million voters can vote tomorrow, with expectations that turnout could be as high as 70%. CNA's senior correspondent Afifah Ariffin joins us with the latest live from Pasir Gudang in Johor. Afifah, 5 hours of campaigning right now. How do you feel this campaign has gone?
That's right, Wei Su. We are in the final stretch of campaigning here in the Johor state elections, and I'm at the Pakatan Harapan final rally here in Pasir Gudang, where several of the party's top leaders will be making one last final appeal to voters. This includes Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, the Pakatan Harapan chairman, who is set to be here at about 10 p.m. later tonight. And that really reflects what we have seen over the past couple of days. Top leaders from across the political divide coming down here to Johor to convince voters to support their local candidates. But despite the intensity of all these closing rallies and walkabouts, we haven't quite seen one big political issue or any single emotional issue that has driven campaigning. Of course, the usual electoral campaign issues like cost of living, housing, higher wages, jobs, they have been in conversations between voters and candidates on the ground. But politically, the defining narrative has really been between Barisan Nasional and Pakatan Harapan, who are the two main rivals in this state election. Of course, Barisan Nasional is coming in as the incumbents, and their pitch is for continuity and stability. Pakatan Harapan, meanwhile, is saying that Johor will benefit more if it's more closely aligned with the federal government. So those are the big main narrative that's really heavily featured here in the Johor state election. But another concern that we've been really hearing on the ground, especially in the last week or so, is the issue of voter turnout, because in 2022, the voter turnout here was about 54%, the lowest in the state's history, but that was because of the COVID-19 restrictions. So over the last couple of days, we have seen how political parties and even NGOs have been trying to persuade out of Johor voters to come back home to vote. And we have seen how bus tickets, train tickets from Kuala Lumpur to various destinations across Johor have been completely sold out for the polling day weekend, and the Election Commission is expecting at least a 70% turnout tomorrow. So that's something we'll be closely watching out for.
Afifah, so before results come in, we'll be needing to check with you about that turnout number, and when results do come in, which names and which seats should we be looking out for?
That's right, Wei Su. So lots of things to look out for, given how complex Malaysia's political landscape is currently. But of course, tomorrow the polls will open at 8 a.m. and it will close at 6 p.m. Thereafter, the votes will be counted, and we are expecting that the results will be coming thick and fast. This especially as the Election Commission has already said that the poll results could be in as early as 10 p.m. But if we were to look at the two main coalitions competing here in Johor, Barisan Nasional, Pakatan Harapan, both competing for all 56 state seats. The broad expectation among pollsters is that BN is coming into polling day with the advantage of incumbency. So it's not a matter of whether BN wins, it's how many seats can it get. Can it get a two-thirds majority? Can it outperform itself, gaining more than 40 seats that it got back in 2022? For Pakatan Harapan, the issue is really looking at overall performance. Can its party in the coalition, DAP, maintain its urban support base? Can Pakatan, gain more inroads outside its traditional strongholds? We know that the results here, they really do not affect the balance of power in Putrajaya, but it will change dynamics between the parties in the unity government, the Madani government, and also how coalitions will change their strategies and will approach the upcoming state elections, beginning with Negeri Sembilan next week.
So it's a big picture, certainly, for Pakatan Harapan. Thanks for that, CNA senior correspondent Afifah Ariffin reporting live from Pasir Gudang in Johor.